Okay, so for this video, we are going to go over soon, sifui, and also possum in the present tense, future tense, and imperfect. So, whenever you get present tense and you have your verb, what is the first thing you do? You bring it down because they give it to you. Now, we have to remember soon means what? To be. And what conjugation is soon? So let's try to remember first conjugation ends in O and then ARE. Second conjugation ends in EO, ERE. And notice that it does not follow either of these conjugations. It does not also follow third or fourth, which means it doesn't have a conjugation. Instead, it is irregular. So keep that in mind when you're going through sum and possum. So we have our present tense. Usually, what is the second thing we do? We would use the infinitive. We would cut off the SE, and that would be our stem. But notice that part is only going to be the stem in 3 places. In the other places, we're going to have su. What is the next thing that we do? We add our personal present endings. M instead of O, S, T, MUS, TIS, and T. And if you were to translate, I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, y'all are, and they are. Now, let's come over to the future. What's the first thing that we usually do for future? Our stem. So, cut off the SE. Now, SE, and usually we're stuck with this. But in future, that S turns into an R. So we have ER. Now, thinking about first and second conjugation, what do we usually add to make a future? We usually add by boo, right? Well, that does not happen. That's only bo by boo is only for conjugations 1 and 2 only. So what we're going to do is we're just going to X out the B's. And then, like always at the very end, we put on our personal endings, which are O, S, T, MUS, TIS, and T. And that is how we do future. So I will be, you will be, he, she, it will be, we will be, y'all will be, and they will be. Now for imperfect. Now, remember, it's similar to future. So, well, the way you form it. So, what do we do first? We get our stem. Now, remember, ES turns into ER. Then we usually add what? Make it imperfect? Ba. But in Sumasifui, you take out the B, just like future. And then it's just your personal endings for the imperfect, which are, it's about its M, S, T, MUS, TIS, and T. So I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, y'all were, they were. Now let's come over here. Now that we know how to form sum esifui in those three tenses, let's look at possum. Now, possum is a word that combines pontus, which is an adjective. It means potential. Plus sum, which is to be. So I am potential. I have that potential would be possum. So this means able. You have the potential to do something. And it does not follow first or second conjugation. Remember, no O or EO and no ARE or ERE. This one is irregular. Now, something to keep in mind is because this is potus plus sum, they combine these two words. Potsum would be first person, singular, present. But whenever there's a T before an S, the T turns into an S. So that's how we get the form possum. So it's really this. And that's something you have to remember when you're filling this out, because this also means that this is the infinitive. This turned into an S. And these two dropped out. So you have to remember this is its original form. And that will help you when filling out this chart. So if we go to present tense, we know possum, just bring it down. Now we need our stem. If we remember, it used to be pot plus sum. So was this one, pot plus esse, which is the infinitive of sum. So pot plus sum. So if pot would be our stem. That is part of our stem. Pot. Then, now it's pot plus essay, so we need to remember to put the sum esifui on the end. And if you remember correctly, second person present, S. Third person, est. First person plural. Sumus. Estis. Sunt. Now, we need to remember what happened how did we get this form? It went from here to here. That T disappeared and became an S. So whenever we have a T before an S, the T becomes the S also. So that is present tense for possum. Now let's go to future. Same formula. You have your base, and now we know our base, pop. Now we need to make this future. So when we assume as a fui, we took the infinitive, cut off the SE, and then we have ES, but then it changed into ER. Then to make it future, usually for first, second conjugation, we would go bo by boo, but we have to leave out the B's. So we're left with O's, I, and U. And then you put on your endings. So O, S, T, MUS, TIS, and T. And that is how you get future. Now let's try imperfect. So, like before, this is going to be our base or our step. Then, like last time, summa se fui, we take off the SE. The SE becomes ER. And then, instead of, usually we would add BA, but we take off the B when we're dealing with sum esse fui. So all we're left with is the A. And then we just need to put on our imperfect endings, which are, instead of O, is M, and then ST, MUS, TIS, and T. And there we have imperfect for possum, passe patui. And that's all there is to both of them.